Coming up on Mountain News this morning, 2 people are in custody following a deadly shooting at a Colorado high school. And we now know the names of the victims killed in a southern West Virginia fire. And millions of people are in the path of severe weather this morning. We will tell you about who will be affected today.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on the dot. It's Wednesday, May the 8th. I'm Will Puckett, and thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. It's been a rough couple days for people suffering from allergies, but we'll take it because it is absolutely gorgeous the past couple of days, and hopefully that continues today. Brandon can give us a better breakdown of that. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, and yeah, for you allergy sufferers, and so far I've been okay, knock on wood. But again, we're going to continue to see pollen floating around. It's going to be a very mild day, but the rain is on the way, so that should help out a little bit. Let's go to the cameras this morning. Buffalo Mountain here in Perry County, all quiet. A beautiful start to the day there. Sun on the way up. Same thing at Stonecrest Golf Course over in Floyd County, Prestonsburg area. Light pinpoint Doppler radar, clean sweeps across the region. And we see fog a little bit floating around out there. Ashland, Harlan, and Monticello, maybe Jacksboro too. But temperatures are kind of the big story once again this morning. 59. Moorhead 58 in Pikeville, 60 in Jackson, 53 Hazard, Monticello, 54 in London and Williamsburg. Your out the door forecast features sunshine mixed with clouds and temperatures climbing into the mid-80s by this afternoon. The full forecast is on the way here in just a few minutes. Will?
Alrighty, Brandon. Thank you, sir. Well, at least one teenager is dead and 8 others are injured this morning after 2 students opened fire at a Colorado school less than 10 miles from Columbine. Authorities say 18-year-old Devin Erickson is one of the suspects in custody. The other is a juvenile who has not been identified. CBS's Laura Podesta has the latest.
School buses dropped off students at a rec center after a deadly shooting at their suburban Denver school yesterday.
I just want to see him. If he comes, I want him to see me.
They were reunited with their parents shortly thereafter.
I said, "What's going on?"
Tommy Bash was texting with her daughter Mia during the attack.
It's a real lockdown, Mom. There's shootings.
Well, we heard like really big bangs, which I assume are gunshots. And then we also heard like some screaming and stuff like that.
18-year-old Kendrick Castillo, a student at STEM school Highlands Ranch, was killed.
According to the first shooter, the second shooter is still on the loose.
Authorities say 2 students opened fire on 2 classrooms.
This is a terrible event. This is something that no one wants to have happen in their community.
Officers arrived within 2 minutes.
We did struggle with the suspects to take them into custody, and they are in custody.
The K-12 STEM school is home to 1,800 students, with seniors preparing to graduate this week.
Not the thing you expect the last 3 days of your high school that have happened.
Michael Schwartz says his friend Lucas went after one of the shooters.
With his help, a couple of other kids were able to pin him to the ground, but because of that, he just got shot a lot more than everyone else.
Investigators searched one of the suspects' homes yesterday evening as they tried to determine a motive. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Now, at least one of the suspects will be in court later today. The school is closed the remainder of the week. A Pike County woman is begging for answers after her brother was murdered last Friday afternoon in Williamson. Mingo County deputies responded to a shooting on Goodman Hollow Road. That's where they found 37-year-old Roger Markham Jr. with multiple gunshot wounds. He died at the scene. Markham leaves behind 2 teenage daughters. His sister says he always worked hard to provide for his girls.
I would like to know why he would take the only person that me and my mother had left away, and his children, his 2 girls, suffering.
Deputies say this man is the suspect, Kylie Woods. They say the 19-year-old from Columbus, Ohio, goes by the nickname Fresh. Woods is facing first-degree murder and attempted murder charges. If you have any information about where Woods might be, you can call the Mingo County Sheriff's Office at 304-235-0300. We now know the names of the people that were killed in a West Virginia house fire earlier this week. Police say 82-year-old Dorothy Perry and her daughter, 59-year-old Judith Perry, both of Dunlow, were killed after their Wayne County home caught fire. Investigators believe the fire was an accident and do not suspect foul play. New this morning, firefighters in Floyd County were called to the scene of a fire involving a Kentucky State Police cruiser. It happened around 9 last night off Route 1210 in the Hamilton Creek area near Martin. In the picture on your screen, you can see the cruiser off the road and down an embankment. We have reached out to officials for more information on what happened, but have not received any word back yet. Dispatchers tell us the trooper involved is okay. Meanwhile, the family of a young Tennessee state trooper remembers a young trooper who died following a crash with semi-trucks Monday afternoon. 24-year-old Matthew Gotti died in the crash on Interstate 40. Gotti was responding to a call right before the crash. He was from the Memphis district of the Tennessee Highway Patrol. His father says he wants Gotti's legacy to live on. Police are still investigating what caused the crash. Next week is Officer Appreciation Week, but those with the city of Pikeville are celebrating early. A day in the life of a police officer can be unpredictable. While they put their lives on the line, many go unappreciated. Many gathered inside the East Kentucky Expo Center on Tuesday to honor the heroes in blue. Detective Bruce Collins with Pikeville City Police says many of their officers will be in Washington, D.C. next week.
However, this year, one of our own, Officer Scotty Hamilton, who was killed in the line of duty last year, his name will be going on the memorial in Washington during National Police Week.
National Police Week is May 12th through the 18th. Officer Scotty Hamilton was shot and killed in the line of duty on March 13th of last year. His name will be added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. on the 15th. Authorities are searching for a Clay County inmate who walked away from work release. Take a look. Officials say this man, David Taylor, walked away on Friday while on work release in Manchester. Officials did not say what he was charged with. If you see Taylor, you are asked to call 911 or the Clay County Detention Center at 606-592-2133. Well, storms are threatening millions of people this morning. Heavy rains are pounding the plains and severe weather is moving eastward. John Lawrence reports.
Severe flooding in the Midwest. Among the areas hit hard this week, St. Charles County, Missouri.
Usually we are prepared. We lift everything up and we put it up high enough to where it's not going to get wet, but this time we did lose a little bit of stuff because it got so high.
In Calhoun County, Illinois, Water Street living up to its name. Residents of the area are sandbagging and keeping an eye out for one another.
This is a small town community. Everybody gets out. They're working with everybody, and when somebody calls in a need, everybody shows up and helps fill that need.
The severe weather threat shifting into more populated areas, including Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Dallas, and Houston, where more than a foot of rain fell, according to the National Weather Service.
We seen that it was high, so we decided to pull into the parking lot here and caught a little bit of water coming in, and then you helped us get into the parking lot. We're just going to wait it out.
A spokeswoman for the Houston Fire Department tweeted that hundreds of homes are affected by high water. The HFD also rescued a woman in labor. In southeast Texas, hundreds of children had to spend the night at their schools. But as this Facebook post shows, everyone made the best of it. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Now, tornado watches were also in effect in parts of Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Texas. The National Weather Service says tornadoes, heavy winds, and hail are all possible in the southern plains and the Ark-La-Tex region through today. Well, on a much lighter note, yesterday might have been National Teachers Day, but one school in Pike County made it all about the students. Teachers and staff at Millard School stayed late Monday night, not grading student work or working on lesson plans, but decorating the halls as a celebration for the upcoming K-Prep testing. Students were surprised yesterday morning when they entered the building and were met with applause. They walked the themed halls and even had the chance to pet a few farm animals.
It's a donation of time to make the students feel important, to give them a little excitement, to lighten the mood, because tomorrow they do start K-Prep testing and it's a stressful environment. So we did this, and some people stayed 9, 10 o'clock last night trying to get their area to what they wanted it to look like.
Whatever she was holding in her hands looks absolutely adorable. Now, students wrapped up the day with K-Prep games in the gym to further unwind before testing kicks off later today.
Well, it looked like yesterday we might have a few scattered showers today. Can't completely rule them out, but I think they'll be more toward the overnight hours. For today, this morning, things are fairly mild. Let's take a look and see what's going on across the region on the cameras. UVA-wise, getting closer to daylight. Again, no major issues this morning over at the Mountain Parkway. You can see a few cars up there on the road, but again, nice start to the day there. Temperatures 59 Morehead, 60 in Jackson, 58 Pikeville. Everybody else in the low to mid 50s, climbing quickly though as we head into the daytime hours with those warmer air coming in out of the south and to the west this morning and this afternoon. Your Appcast, download that for free in both app stores there. Just search WYMT weather. Shows basically we're going to get into the 80s by lunchtime, maybe some mid to upper 80s as we head deeper into the day. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you, sir, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, we'll introduce you to a Texas man who had a final wish before he died to help those he loved so much. And later, how a program at a Florida jail is helping find dogs that were in danger of being put down forever homes.